Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll explain you Bonku Babu's friend. Okay, so it is a short story written by Satyajit. No one had ever seen Bonku Babu get crossed. Let me tell you what is the profession of Bonku Babu. Bonku Babu lives in a village and he works as a Bengali and geography teacher in Kankurgachi village. And he looks very fat and everyone makes fun of him. But his endurance is so much that we can't even make him angry easily. Okay, so he is such a great gentleman who never involves in anything unnecessarily. He loves people and he loves his students and he bears everything so patiently. We can't find such a kind of human being in reality. Okay, so Bonku Babu is such a genuine, talented. Okay, so and he knows how to maintain silence even in a very difficult situations. He knows everything. He's a very experienced teacher, but he did not get respect from all the students. But anyways, he felt very happy to teach for the handful of students who are sincere in studies. No one had ever seen Bonku Babu get cross, and this person usually do not get anger so much. To tell the truth, it was difficult to imagine what he might say or do. Usually the people who do not show their anger to the public, they'll be patient, but one day the endurance will be gone, and also the temper will be lost, and they would shout at the others and they will be burst into fire, and they cannot even control themselves. Okay, the situations are going to make these people behave in that way. Okay, so we cannot even imagine how is he going to react when he gets anger, because we already created so many situations where he got anger but he did not express anything. He's such a nice gentleman. If one day he did get angry, okay, so we are not supposed to imagine also how is it going to be. It is going to be really rebellious, I know, and it was not as if there was never any reason for him to lose his temper. Don't think that we did not create such a kind of scene for him to get anger. There are so many situations to get anger, but he did not get anger and he did not express his anger to anyone. For the last 22 years, Bonku Babu had taught geography and Bengali at the Kankurgachi village primary school. Okay, so he has 22 years of experience. People should give respect at least for his experience of teaching. For 22 years is not an easiest thing. Okay, so when you cling on to something, that means you are good at doing it. Otherwise, you will not be considered as a teacher, and they will not allow you to, improve your experience in one particular institution. They are letting you do that because you are a talented person, but the society did not recognize his talent in anything. Okay, and what are the subjects? Geography and Bengali. Okay, so the village name is Kankurgachi, and that is a primary school. Primary schools are from LKG to 5th class. Okay, so they are called as primary schools, and every year a new batch of students replace the old one. Okay, so what is the tradition of a school? The old students will be gone, the new students will be joined in the next class. Okay, the first students can be promoted to the second class, and the second students will be promoted to the third class. Old students will be gone, new students will be coming to the classes. So this is the life of a teacher, to see several kinds of students in a classroom. Every year a new batch of students replace the old one, but old or new, the tradition of teasing poor Bonku Babu continued among all the students. Okay, so whatever maybe, whichever the group they belong to, whichever the year they are coming to this institution, what is the real tradition? The tradition of teasing Bonku Babu remain the same. There will not be any change. The senior students are saying that to the juniors, and the juniors are following. Okay, juniors are following the rules and regulations. They might have known everything about Bonku Babu from their seniors, and they are also making the same fun in the classroom. Only few of them are listening to Bonku Babu's lectures, and they were very much happier to receive these kind of lectures from Bonku Babu, and they are really fond of Bonku Babu, and they are interested to listen to the stories of Bonku Babu. Some drew his cartoon on the blackboard. Okay, so what are they doing? They are making so many naughtiest things. Okay, so they have drawn a picture of Bonku Babu. Okay, so they have taken this Bonku Babu as a cartoon, for example a Tom or Jerry. Okay, so they compared Bonku Babu as a cartoon, and they have drawn the picture of Bonku Babu on the blackboard in order to irritate him with their actions. Others put glue on his chair. How shame it is. Usually the student should not take that much of liberty from the teacher. Okay, so but he did not talk, he did not respond, he did not show his anger to anybody. That is the reason made many of them to make fun of him. Okay, so when we maintain that strict nature, no, people usually do not involve in our matters, and they do not even try to talk about us. Okay, they'll be afraid of us. We need to maintain that intellect. That's better for us, so that no one will interpret our actions. And on the night of Kali Puja, they lit a chasing rocket. Putting the glue on a chair of a teacher. Is it a good activity for a student? They are not supposed to make such kind of activities for the teacher. Okay, so they wanted to create some kind of disturbance in the classroom. They wanted to laugh for everything, and they were making everything against the teacher. Okay, so but he is a good teacher. He is a good teacher. He deserves to be a teacher. And lit a chasing rocket and set it off right behind him. See, they are also using these crackers in front of Bonku Babu so that he will be frightened. They were making so many things, but he is a very talented and he is a courageous man. He usually do not frighten about anything. He is not afraid of ghosts also. One of the reasons for maintaining, okay, so Bonku Babu did not get upset by any of this. Okay, so he was not upset of any of these actions which were already explained by the author. Only sometimes he cleared his throat and said, "Shame on you boys." Okay, so only sometimes he gets anger. Okay, so only the little bit of anger. At that time he clears his throat. He makes the sound, and he says that, "Shame on you boys." Okay, so he says that as if he is scolding the children. And after that, one of the reasons for maintaining his calm was simply that he could not afford to do otherwise. What is the real reason behind him to be silent all the time? Because if he shouts at them, if he talks about the job, if he feels that I'm not willing to be here to have all these humiliations from the students and the outsiders, if he would say that, his job will be lost. What if the job would be lost? He's already he cannot go and get another job. Okay, so the people cannot gain the job after 40 years. Okay, so that is why he is not going for any other jobs. He simply stays there without responding to any of the comments, any of the problems. Effort to do. If he did lose his temper, left his job in a fit of pig. Okay, so fit of pig means people will make you angry by their actions, but you are not supposed to respond to such actions. If you respond, you will be losing something. Okay, it's better for you to be calm, quiet. Okay, so as if nothing has happened. That is a good activity for you to be a nice human being. Try to be like that. No need to show your anger to anybody. If you show your anger, then you will be getting something. You will be getting a problem. You will definitely have a problem for sure. So why do you have to make yourself in a pit of problems? Try to get away from the people's words. Don't respond to everything which is happening around you. So when you respond, the situations are going to be more worse than what has already started. It's better for you to not to respond. When a man walks, the dogs bark. Okay, so whenever the dog barks, we are not supposed to talk about each and every action. No need to talk about anything. God will give their own reward if you can shut your mouth for some time. Pig, and he knew how difficult it would then be to find another at his age. Okay, so that's a very difficult activity. It's a very difficult thing for a Bonku Babu to get a job at 40 plus years old. And another reason was that in every class there were always a few good students. Okay, so we don't think that the whole class can be full of pranksters. Only few of them can listen to your lectures, few of them can pay interest to your lectures. So teaching for those students will give you a reward, that will give you a satisfaction. That satisfaction is enough for a teacher to work as a teacher. It doesn't deal with your money, it doesn't deal with anything. The satisfaction of teaching for the students is enough for a teacher. So that's what he thinks always. Even if the rest of the class was full of pranksters, and okay, so he feels very happy about that. Teaching this handful of good boys was so rewarding that to Bonku Babu that alone made life as a teacher worth living. Okay, so the teacher's main goal is to send some information. Teacher's main goal is to teach well for the students. That is enough for a teacher. It's not about anything. It's not about anything. Are you able to teach for your students well? Are they able to receive your lectures properly? Can they can they be able to write their exams on their own after listening to your lectures? That is very necessary for a teacher to see. The teacher has to check it out whether the students are able to listen to their lectures properly or not. If they are not able to listen, how can they write the questions in exams? If they can listen to your lecture, they can be properly writing their exams with a confidence, because the way you explain is very important. The way the teacher explains is very important. And teaching this handful of students is so rewarding that to Bonku Babu, that alone made life as a teacher worth living. It is enough for me. Some of them are listening to my lectures and my profession gives me satisfaction. I can have some little bit of amount. It makes me happy. That is enough for me as a teacher. I am very happy and I am very privileged to be a teacher. It really makes me happiness. It really gives me the pleasure when I teach for the students. At times he invited those boys to his house, offered them snacks and told them tales of foreign lands and exciting adventures. And also here, even though he is a poor teacher, he doesn't get a lot of money and he is the only person who earns money in the family. Okay, so that is the reason he is not running away from that institution, even though he is getting so many problems from the students and the outsiders and the grown-up middlemen. Everybody is making fun of Bonku Babu, but he is not tired of, listening to those words and getting humiliated day after day. But still, he has a lot of patience. We must appreciate that. We need to admire it. But here, even though he is a poor teacher, but still he calls some of the students to his house and he provides snacks for those boys. This is such a good, generous activity. Okay, so he is a very generous man. Only the people who are poor can know the value of everything. Okay, so even though he is a poor man, but he provides snacks for his students. He calls them to his house. He teaches some additional information. Okay, so nowadays teachers charge money for everything, whatever they teach, doesn't matter, they'll take money from the parents. Okay, but here this teacher is not like that. He's a selfless teacher. He's not a self-centered person. A teacher is a person who provides knowledge to the students. Okay, a teacher is a person who can be compared as a candle. Okay, so it will be reduced. The size of a candle will be reduced, but it gives light for everyone. Okay, so it may be losing energy. Okay, so but still it gives light to the people. In the same way, the teachers will also give some knowledge to the students. They are the people who can create doctors, engineers, lawyers, what not. Told them tales of foreign lands and exciting, and also he talks about wonderful stories from the foreign lands. Okay, so tales are not real, fictional stories. And exciting adventures, the adventures which were done by the people, they are so exciting. They will talk about these topics, and he told them about life in Africa. Okay, so he also talks about the incidents which are related to his subject. Okay, the discovery of North Pole and also fish in Brazil that ate human flesh. Okay, they talk about these things. Okay, the fish which has already eaten the human flesh in Brazil. And about Atlantis, the continent submerged under the sea. Okay, so the continent which is submerged by the water. Okay, once upon a time, this continent used to be visible for the people, but now it is completely submerged or covered by the water. Okay, under the sea. He was a good storyteller. He always had his audience enthralled. Okay, and he's a very good storyteller. Teachers always have the art of narrating a story. Okay, they can be good at teaching stories. They can be good at sharing the stories, and here this person can also attract the audience. Okay, so he can also steal the attention of the audience. Whenever he says the story, everybody will be so attracted and they will be eagerly waiting for the next action of a story. They'll be very much attracted. They will be very much interested to listen to the story of this Bonku Babu.